Hey guys, welcome to Flow, your 14-day jump rope journey. Today is day 8. We're learning the Southpaw today. It's going to be a fun one, so let's get to work. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so happy to have you here for day 8. Major props to you for showing up yet again, getting through the toughest part of jumping rope. Today we are learning a new trick called the Southpaw, and it's one of my favorite tricks to do because it feels so good and it looks flashy. It's the perfect duo. Before we get into that, we've got to warm up those ankle joints, so I invite you to find some space to follow along with me and allow my voice to guide you. Let's stand with the feet beneath the shoulders, nice long spine, chest up, shoulders down and back, starting from this solid resting position. Tune into that foundation beneath your foot. Okay, we're going to spread those toes wide, root through the platforms, rise up, find your balance here. Go ahead and shift your weight side to side, and then evenly distribute that pressure through your platforms as we take it down slowly. Hopefully you're starting to notice your balance improving as we do these. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale up, exhale down, landing softly. Great work. Spread the feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Take it down into a squat. Pushing the knees out away from the midline. Chest is up. Hands are out to the sides. Resting the shoulders down and back so we have good space between the shoulders and the ears. Next, spread those toes nice and wide, root through the platforms, and float those heels up. We're balancing here. Even weight distribution through the four corners of the platforms, and take it down slow and controlled. Excellent work. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's keep those shoulders relaxed. Keep them down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Great. Inhale up. Exhale down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Gently rise to standing. Bring the feet together. Root through the platforms and find that spring in your platforms. Find the spring. Feel free to shift your weight side to side. Play around with some weight shifts. Maybe you want to take some steps. Just start to bounce in place. Still keeping the platforms rooted to the ground. Kind of warming up the ankle muscles to start accepting this weight. And if you're feeling ready, let's go ahead and get off the ground. Trying to keep those jumps as tight as possible. Landing with the toes spread with even pressure through the foundation. Core is tight. Shoulder blades are stabilized. You're doing great. Take it out and in. Great, let's go into the boxer skip. As always, remember to move at your own pace. Find a pace that feels good to you. Do not feel pressured to keep up with me. You're welcome to move at my tempo, go faster, go slower. Okay, we're starting to create some rhythm with the feet, with the breath. Great, let's take it to the run step. And gently relax it down. Great work. Grab some water if you'd like. Let's get into this thing. Here we go. I invite you to pick up your rope. Let's start warming up our rhythm and our flow so that when we get into learning the new trick, our minds are already turned on and sharp. Working single arm side swings here. If you feel like you can, hit it with that 360. Crossing the body, focusing on those wrists. Take note of when the wrist turns over. And let's hand off 2 arm side swings. You can do doubles, singles, any combination you want. We hear the rope. We hear our breathing. Here we go, side swing 3s when you're ready. Remember to get both sides. Focus on the wrist technique. Nice soft landing. Here we go. Continuous bounce. You can do a bounce or boxer skip or run step or whatever you'd like. We're picking up the heart rate. If you need to pause for a few seconds, that is a-okay. We got our footwork patterns. Got that heel toe we can always come back to. You're doing great. Keep it up. And relax. Great work. Let's talk about this Southpaw now. Now that our brains are turned on, I'm going to do a few so you can see what it looks like, and then we'll break it down. Southpaw. It's one swipe across the body, boom, just like that. Can be done on the right or left side. We just throw in that leading hand behind the back. You can do a run step, you can do it quickly, you can do doubles. All kinds of possibilities. So let's talk about how to do it. So when we're standing nice and tall, go ahead and grab the handles. Create a nice arc in front of you. Standard here. Elbows are back, chest is up. From here, we want to take the lead arm, in this case it's my right arm. We're going to bring it across the body and throw it back. Try to get it behind our body here. So you'll see I still have a nice arc on the side. We create some space between our hands. We maintain that arc. But you'll see, if our hands are too close together, check out what happens to the rope. Womp. You'll notice it starts to get tangled. And that's not always the funnest thing to jump through. So definitely keep space between your hands here. And we do that by throwing that lead arm back. Point that thumb back because we're rotating the hands. So go ahead and practice this. Take one arm and just cross the body and bring it back. We want just as much effort in the cross as we do the uncross. Okay, we're going through the midline. Boom! Turn the thumb back. Bring it back to the front. Go ahead and try the left hand. Okay, sweep that left hand across the body and bring it back. Sweep it over, bring it back. Want a nice, smooth, fluid motion here. All right, go ahead and pick up your rope. We'll try not to overcomplicate it because this is a relatively simple move to execute. So we'll start with some boxer skips or regular bounce, whatever you're more comfortable with, down tempo, and then we'll throw in a southpaw every 4 skips. You're welcome to join me or move at your own tempo. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Swipe, 2, swipe. As we do this, really focus on bringing that lead arm behind the body, if possible, without rotating the trunk. Be sure to try both sides. This is a 1-2 pattern. Hear it. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. You're doing great. Remember to land softly. And relax. Great work. It's starting to drizzle, so I'm going to cover my camera up really quickly. All right, equipment is safe. So tune in. How did you feel as you were doing that? What were some things you noticed? Was your rope getting tangled? If that's the case, your hands were probably too close together. And if it was getting tangled on the unwind, you also want to check your rope length. Okay, when it clips the ground, we want that nice U shape at the bottom. Definitely don't want it dragging on the ground like this. So you may be familiar with this technique because when we do our side swings, our regular side swings, side swing 3s, the hand placement is the same as when we cross the body. Right there, right there, 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 right there, there. The hand placement's the same, the wrist technique is the same, and we've been here before. So we want to start trying to connect those pieces. Next, let's try practicing a 2-step pattern. So we're going to southpaw, open, southpaw, open. I'll demonstrate here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm only jumping over the rope. When I open, you see I can land like this, but that looks a little clumsy. It feels heavy. So just be sure to keep that bounce even when you're not jumping over the rope. And always remember to practice both sides. You may have a dominant hand that feels better to work on than the non-dominant hand, and that's great, but that also exposes a weakness, and when we see that weakness, we can either back away from it or lean into it and overcome it. So here we go. Let's do that 2-step pattern. You're welcome to join me or move at your own pace. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Ready? And 1, 2. As we do this, make sure both wrists are contributing to the revolution. That lead arm is doing more work, but the following arm is still contributing. One, two, 1, 2. We're counting. We're breathing. Throw that hand behind the body. Throw it back. You're doing great. Keep it up. If you get hit by the rope, just get back into it. All good. Even I fall out of it sometimes. That's okay. Keep it light. Remember to have fun. Start bringing it to a hold. Great work. You may feel like you're starting to pick it up. You may feel like your body's still figuring it out. Either way, just know that is a part of the process anytime you learn anything new. Next, we're going to work our first combo pattern. And this combination sequence is going to consist of a side swing 3. So we got 3 revolutions, followed by a southpaw swipe, which is a 2-beat pattern, for a total of 5 beats. So we're going to count to 5. I'll demonstrate. Check it. 1, 2, 3. Swipe back where you came from. And that's 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beats 2 and 4 happen on the same side of the body. So I'll do it off the left side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I kept it going, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can switch hands. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm jumping over the rope on 3 and 5, only when opening. So I invite you to join me. Move at your own tempo. Remember, we're counting to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember to stay light on the feet. If you're craving a little more fire, go ahead and pick up the tempo. You could try a run step, which will look like this. Check it if you're craving fire. But if you feel like chilling here, working on good mechanics, let's do this thing. We're piecing together all the techniques we've learned to create a movement sequence that ideally feels good to do. Okay, it is okay to practice this all on the same side, but I like to alternate, and I kind of step through the rope with whichever foot. Pause, let me explain this. So I like to do this by stepping forward through the rope as I open. So if I'm opening my right hand across the body, I'm going to step forward with the right foot. If I'm opening my left hand across the body, I'll step forward with my left foot. So check it out here. Opening with the right, stepping with the right. Open with the left, step with the left. And I'm alternating sides here, so I'm maintaining good balance. If I just stick with the right leg, it kind of gets a little offbeat. It feels good to switch sides, because 5 is an odd number, and if we're alternating sides, it makes sense to switch. Go ahead and join me if you haven't already. You're welcome to practice this combo, or just stick with the 1-2 pattern, or work the 4 pattern. Remember to stay light. Try not to jump too high. And bring it to a hold, however that works for you. All right, great work. So that is the Southpaw. It's one of my favorite tricks. It looks slick, it feels good to do, and if you're starting to get the hang of it, great. If your body's still figuring it out, great. It's all part of the process. Thank you so much again for doing this with me. It is such an honor and privilege to guide you on this journey. I'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Take care.